Welcome to another episode. Today we have a Subi. It's one of my friend's cars. It's running roughs, throwing some codes. P0141, bank 1 sensor 2. So we're gonna fix it. Here's how the car sounds. So we're gonna start the car. And the check engine light's on. P0141. Heard it and you saw the check engine light, so we're gonna get to it. We're doing the O2 sensor, bank 1 sensor 2, and we're also doing a tune-up, so stay tuned and make sure to like and subscribe. A few mods. It's an STI, has the pairing engine dress up kit, some process West intercooler, has a catch can, intake. He's got an aftermarket turbo that's pretty big. It's down there. And we just got new tires, so this thing is getting ready to rip. So stay tuned, watch how we change the spark plugs, and this is to help you guys do your own work on your STIs and any box motor, pretty much. This repair of the O2 sensor, we're gonna need an O2 sensor tool. It's a 7/8 or 22 millimeter. They sell this at Harbor Freight or any AutoZone or any place like that. We have the O2 sensor from Subaru. That's the part number. We're gonna use a ratchet when we use the tool. We're gonna use the ratchet, and also a 22 millimeter wrench. And this will be used when we tighten up the O2 sensor. Up on the lift, and let me show you guys where the O2 sensor, bank 1 sensor 2. That's it right there. It's after the cat. The cat's right there, next to the wastegate. So that, if you look at it, it's all corroded. It's all corroded. So that's definitely bad. The connector for it, it's right next to the transmission. If you can see it. So we're gonna replace it, and I'll show you that another way to test these once they're out. Stay tuned. So to take out the sensor, we're going to use an O2 sensor removal tool. Got this Harbor Freight, I believe, I'm not sure. So you slide it in there, make sure it's in the off position, make sure it's all the way seated on there. You don't want it to not sit right, and then strip it, and then you're you gotta loosen it, extend it, and there you go. Loosen it, all you gotta do is loosen it, and then pretty much it'll come out by hand. Push up on it, pops right out, and then bring the wire over this way, and then you unscrew it completely. So O2 sensor, always replace the sensors with the original Subaru sensors. There's your part number, and this cost me about $180 plus tax at the dealership. When you own a O2 sensor, you gotta look for the 2 wires that look identical. So in this case, we have 2 black wires. Can you see the 2 black wires? They're on there, and they're the ones with the tab right there. So what you want to grab one of the pins with one side and the other one with the other side, and you should get a reading on your multimeter. You see it moving. It's at 7.2 right now, 7.1. So it's working. And then now, if we're gonna do it on the bad one, the 2 same black wires, we're gonna ohm it out the same way, and I don't get a reading on the multimeter. So that means this is bad. Okay, so to install it, we're gonna remove the plastic part that's on the sensor, and the sensor has a coating of anti-seize all around it. That's why they put that little cover on it, to keep it fresh. And that's a good thing that they give you that, so you don't have to coat it yourself. So you gotta install it just how we took it out. Turn it in there, just make sure the wire just spins with the sensor, so you don't damage it. tighten it, we're gonna get a 22mm wrench. And we're going to just get the wrench on the sensor. And then just turn it, snug it up a little bit, couple turn, like half a turn once it's all the way in. And then just snug it in. This is one of the easiest way to do it. You feel it. Alright, so the O2 sensor is installed. I put an extra zip tie on there just to hold that wire so it doesn't move around. And I routed it the right way. I think it was routed the wrong way. So the clip that you guys saw when I took it out, I didn't have that clip put on there. I took that one out, but I put the one that came with factory where it's supposed to go. And that's how we do it in Evolution Auto. We do the job right one time. So, okay, so we're about to get started on the spark plugs. To do these, they're actually down there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're down there somewhere. And you have to remove the intake. I'll show you that. You gotta remove this shroud, and you gotta remove the battery on this side to get to them. It was just one bolt here, one bolt here, and it's pretty dirty under here. Also, we had two clips, one there, one right there where my finger is, and that was to hold the shroud that I was talking about. Pull that out, and everything comes out. I also unplugged the sensor for the master airflow sensor. And now we're gonna go, and there you can see the spark plugs now. That's one spark plug and two spark plugs. So what we gotta do, we gotta remove the connectors from each coil, and then remove the coil and the spark plugs. So stay tuned. Connectors from both coils. I use a little screwdriver like this. So what you do is you stick it in there, in between those lines, and pry it really lightly, and then you free it up because it's clipped down through here like that. So it's got to come up a little bit, and then it comes right out, slips right out. So that's how you take those out. Those two 12mm bolts, you're going to use a swivel and a 12mm socket with an extension. And the way you get them with the swivel, you can just let it go like that and turn it. And same thing with this one. And then turn them out. So that's how you get those out. And keep them how they were. Like this side, this one was on that side, the other one was on that side. And these bolts don't come out all the way. So once they loose, you can, like, you know, go in and out, and they stay there. So you don't lose them, I guess. It's a swivel. It's this one's from Matco, and it's really nice because it comes with a kit. I'll show you that, the one I showed you earlier, actually. So that's how you get them out with a swivel. I like to make my job easier, so I use the swivel. And you have the right tool, get the job done right. You know, that's the Evolution Auto technique. I got the spark plugs out. They look not too bad, but I rather replace them for my friend so that he can have no problems. I mean, they're worn out, and the way that I was running with the O2 sensor, might as well do them. So, and here are the new ones. They come pre-gapped from the factory, and that's this is the part number from factory. So now I'm gonna have to use some anti-seize lubricant. Remember, the O2 sensor had it around the threads. Well, the spark plugs don't come with it, but we add it on just so they go in easily, and next time they come out easily. That's how you put the anti-seize around the threads. Both of them. That one doesn't have any. That one does. When you put the spark plugs in, make sure you hand tighten them first. Just feel it. You can feel it when they're going in easier. If they're going in if you turn it with your hand and it's going in hard, stop, redo it, and just keep trying till you get that feeling, that, you know, that bolt not feeling, so you don't strip it. If you strip that, good luck. Take the engine out and do a whole bunch of work. Probably replace the head if you can't. If you fucked them up real bad, messed them up real bad. So just be careful. The spark plugs, make sure you just snug them up. Don't really tighten them real bad, because then you can also strip the threads on the spark plugs. And those two bolts that, you know, just snug them also, not too tight, because you don't want to strip them. You know, you can hand fill if you have experience before, or maybe just hand tighten, okay? And then plug them back in. They're not easy to plug back in, at least, you know, two hands in the right angle. So here they are plugged in. Now gotta put everything back. I'm gonna clean up his bay a little bit since I have room now, so I know he's probably never gonna get to it, so I'm gonna give him a fit. Looks a little better, you know. I like to take care of my customers, friends, family. Every time you get, you know, a spot, it takes a few extra minutes to clean it up, you know. I'm gonna put some WD-40 in those holes where the bolts go in, so that they can stay fresh. Looks a lot better. I cleaned it up for him, and everything is good on this side. I plugged the sensor back in, tighten all the hoses, tighten all this up, all the bolt that goes down there also, and we just gotta move on to the other side now. Stay tuned. So there it is. Now gotta remove these two 10mm hold down bolts, nuts. So I'm gonna do that off the camera because it's a little pain in the butt. Took off the hold down, and look what the acid did to it. It ate it up. So if you start seeing your battery leaking, replace it or clean it up so that doesn't happen to your nice parts. You know, you probably paid 80 bucks for that hold down. I don't know. It's rough. And we're gonna get the battery out. And his battery is leaking. So excess battery acid that was on there. Now finish cleaning up the whole bay. There are the other two spark plug igniters. So I'm gonna remove them and get this job done. So I got them out again, keep them each side, just, you know, to make sure we put them back where they came out of. That's what I like to do, so it works for me, it should work for you. So now I gotta get this plugged on. But for these two, I couldn't use the longer extension with the swivel. I had to use one of these shorter, plus I had to put a little tiny Craftsman 3/8 extension. It's like a real tiny one, real tiny. So that's the trick to get that side out. Up a little bit and put everything back together with a new battery for my boy. And this car should be running like a champ again. You're gonna fall in love with this again, boy. Yep, cleaned up, looks fresh again. And now let's put the battery on for now, so I can pull it out, and we'll get another one tomorrow. So I'm all done the tune-up and the O2 sensor. Yeah, so now we're gonna start it up and take it for a test drive. Okay, first startup after the work done.